not on time to the call to the show. But help me welcome to the mic, the always crazy Corey Allman.
What's up, Chuck? What's up? Man. Hey, did you see in the news that lady died taking a selfie? Yeah, she was trying to take it and she's like doing this and fell off the mountain.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's ridiculous. If I knew I was going to die like that, I'd get naked, smear lube on my balls, and hang myself in the closet. Save my family from the embarrassment. Speaking of family, I've got kids. Like, I got a boy and girl twins. And, it was real cool when we were raising them because, people would come up and talk to us. Hold on, let me suck in. There we go. You got it?
Perfect.
So people would come up and talk to us about them, and the question we got all the time was, "Hey, are they identical?" And you don't want to be a jerk, but eventually you're like, "No, the one in the blue has a wiener, and the one in the pink, no wiener." That's actually how we told them apart. So, but they're 15, and about a couple years ago, they started to turn on me. I went from silly, funny daddy to lame, annoying daddy. And that's where dad jokes come from. It's our last desperate attempt to get our kids to laugh at us again. Like my son he brought me his report card, and he's like, "Hey, take a look at it." And I was looking at it, I was struggling, I said, "Man, son, it's about time for glasses, maybe." I said, "Well, you know what? It's really just my left eye. Maybe I can get a monocle." I wasn't expecting to laugh out loud from him, but a smile would have been nice. What's a guy got to do to get a chuckle around here? But you know what I got from him? He turned around and he was walking off. I overheard him say, "What a jackass." But these days I just troll my kids, That's the fun part with them. Like, we went to the movies the other day, and we stopped and got pizza on the way, and we ate it in the parking lot. I call that tailgating. They call it me being a cheap ass. But we were watching Shazam. And the best way to troll a teenage boy is to mix up DC and Marvel references. We were watching Shazam, and I was like, "Hey, was that Stan Lee? Was that Stan Lee?" But I had all that pizza, and I started falling asleep. It's my daughter's elbowing me. "Wake up, Dad, wake up." We got out, she's like, "That was that's so embarrassing. You fell asleep like 6 times." I said, in my defense, if you would have quit waking me up, it would have only been 1 time. You know how you piss off a teenage girl? You don't have to do anything. They come that way. My daughter came in the room the other day and she's like, just jumping me like 2 minutes straight, just let me have it. And finally she took a breath and I said, "And cut." So that lip quiver you started? Could have done that a little bit earlier. That tear that you worked up. Next time just let it drip off your cheek instead of wiping it. But otherwise, that was pretty solid. "You don't understand me. You don't take anything seriously. I have real problems. So baby, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was a big deal. I won't use your phone charger again." But it's not all that bad. Like, we have this like little group text and we send memes and stuff like that. My son the other day brought me up his phone. He said, "Hey, Dad, take a look at this video." I was like, "Well, what do we have here?" For those of you paying attention, Chuck, I pulled out a monocle. I went prop on you.
Awesome.
Went prop on you. But he still walked away calling me a jackass, but this time he was laughing out loud. So, we got any dog people in here? Woo! I'm a dog person. There's one dog that I don't like though. That's my brother and sister-in-law have this little Chinese Crested. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but it's a small dog and it's hairless. It's got a couple of random tufts here and there. It looks like if a scrotum had cancer. That's what this dog looks like. And I think the problem that dog has with me is that he still has his nuts. He hadn't been cut. So when I come in the house, I think he feels like he senses another pair of balls in the house. And so he kind of, needs to let me know. And so I'll sit down and he'll kind of run a couple of little laps. And then the other day he jumped up on my lap and he kind of did like this. He quartered away, give me a pretty good view of his balls just to let me know. And I felt like he wanted me to address it, like he was putting them there for a reason. So this is going to sound weird, and I don't really have a good way to say it. So I jiggled his balls. I just reached up and like,
That's a dog lover right there.
yeah. No, you know what? It's not gay. It's interspecies.
It's not.
Yeah. So I'm in the clear on that one, buddy. That is a fucking technicality right there. So yeah. So I jiggled his balls, and that dog came unglued, man. Like he jumped off the couch and he started running his laps again. But this time it's like, when you're playing Mario and you hit A, B, B, A and send him into hyperlink? I don't know. I've got a fucking room full of gamers here. They're like, oh, no, that doesn't happen. That is bullshit. So anyway, this dog's running double speed and he's running these laps all the way around the couch. And when he hits the tile, he wipes out and knocks the water bowl over. And then he goes to the back of the room and he comes back and he brings in this stuffed armadillo. And he's like shaking his head back and forth like a mongoose trying to kill a snake. And then he stopped and he dropped it. And this is where it got weird. So he locked eyes with me and he just started humping it. He was humping this thing. And you see how weird this is? Yeah, just imagine a dog humping a deal. That's what's really fucked up. So he's just humping it, man. And I felt like if it was a pound for pound type situation, I would have been that stuffed animal. And then he like made a face like he just bit into a grapefruit, and then he stopped. He jizzed, Chuck. That's what I'm trying to paint a picture. I don't want to come out and say he nutted on the fucking animal. That wouldn't have been cool. I'm trying to paint you a picture, Chuck. So yeah, anyway, yeah. And then he took it back in the room and we came back out. He wasn't locking eyes with me that time. I think he felt it a little embarrassed, but I think he had done this before, like with the animal. I just don't know that he ever had a cuck involved. So, I think it's time we stop shitting on guys with mullets. All right, because most of them are cool dudes. If I was ever in a situation where I was interviewing a guy that had a mullet, I would hire him on the spot. Because that guy can commit to something. He's committing to a shitty haircut, but he's still committing, Like I could get up in the morning and go look in the mirror and I could, go to the back, I could go to the side, I could put a cap on. The guy with the mullet, he's got this, nothing else. The only hat that would look right with a mullet is a MAGA hat.
Oh,
Yeah.
MAGA.
MAGA hat.
Mega.
But yeah, I'll quit telling that joke if somebody could show me a liberal that has a mullet. That is straight up, man. That is right. But then the left has their man bun, so I don't know. I think it'd be cool if guys with mullets fought guys with man bun to death. Everybody would win. Well, the mullets would win the fight because guys with mullet have guns, and guys with man buns have yoga mats. My granddad used to say, "Never bring a yoga mat to a gunfight." A guy with a mullet is, like once a week, he probably stands in the mirror with some scissors, and he has a deep thought, and then thinks about it and says, "Not today." out today.
Can't quit you.
Yeah. This last part's gonna be tough. We're on Earth. I feel like that's the same conversation people with severe depression have, like once a week too.
Oh.
All right. Fuck, that is 0 for 4 on a fucking suicide joke, man. I shouldn't have ended like that. Jesus. All right, I'm gonna tell one more. I gotta wipe my palate. I gotta cleanse my palate. All right, that one's going in the shitter. That one's like I'm deleting that off my phone. Yeah, I mean, what else? Dick. All right, go for an oldie. I know, but yeah, you told me that earlier. We workshopped that, but I've got too much to live for. Do you know that? Okay, like when some guys finish having sex, they say, "Man, I tore that shit up." When I finish having sex, I say, "I left that shit intact." 'Cause that's rude, you know.
That's rude.
Somebody's nice enough to have sex with you, and you leave their shit tore up. Those fuckers better not ask you to use my lawnmower, Chuck. That's it for me, y'all. Dick Gordon's coming up. Dick, I left it wet for you, buddy.
Oh my God, there's a lot of work.